Hey everybody, today we're going to get a few things done. I've got to trim the jasmine that I have growing on the fence. I've got to spray. Oh my goodness, it's been a month since I've sprayed my yard and I'm telling you, pests have moved in. It is just, I don't think I've ever had this much of an issue with pests before, but this is my year apparently. A lot of people I've been talking to say they haven't had any issues with aphids. Well, I know why, because they're all at my house right now. So we're going to take care of this. I've actually sprayed right before I left on my trip last month, and I'm telling you, it's all over the place right now. So we got to take care of that. However, it is mid-morning right now, so I will show you what I'm going to use, and I'm going to show you how to put it together, but I'm not going to spray until this evening because we don't want to harm the pollinators. So we're going to take care of that. But the first thing I am going to do is I am going to tackle my fence. So let me turn the camera around and show you what I've got. So this is my fence line that I've got around my property in my backyard. I have growing star jasmine along the entire area. Move it over there. It goes all the way to that section right over there. And it's beautiful. I planted this about, I don't know, maybe 12 years ago, and it's looking really well. I really like it. It's full, it's beautiful, but you have to prune your jasmine if you grow it certain times of the year because you don't want to cut off the blooms. Mine blooms about twice a year and it's beautiful. I'm telling you, if my windows are open in my backyard, you can smell it into the house. It's gorgeous. Oh, hummingbird right there. But this is a good time to actually prune this plant. So we're going to take care of that now. I'm not going to do the top of my fence just yet because I have to get a ladder out and go into the alley, and I don't feel like doing that today. So I'll do that this weekend. But right now we're just going to clean up the edges. If you can see, it's a beast. We've got lots of scragglers over here growing onto the sidewalk, and that's what we want to trim up. We want to just get it all taken care of so it's all nice and neat without having an issue. Kids can jump into the pool without getting tangled up in these vines. So that is what we're going to do. I've got all my tools out. I've got a rake, I've got a broom, I've got my garbage can. I also have my hedge trimmer, which is what I'm going to be using to actually trim up the jasmine. So what I'm going to do is when I come over here and actually trim off jasmine, I'm going to show you that when you cut it, this is what ends up happening. This is like a milky sap. Some people are actually allergic to it, so be careful when you get it on. I'm not allergic to it, so I don't care if I'm wearing short sleeves and if it gets on me. It washes off. It's not a big deal. It does get sticky in your hair, so that is something to consider. But just be mindful of the fact that if you are allergic, wear something to cover up your skin so it doesn't touch your skin. But for me, I'm fine. But let me show you part of the aphid problem that I'm having. Look at this. This is on my jasmine. I have never, ever had aphids on my jasmine. It's on everything. It's all over my pumpkins. It's all over my cantaloupe, my watermelon. And jasmine. It is unbelievable. So I'm really going to inspect today and just really narrow down the spots. And I'm going to spray everything to just get rid of this because that is a pain. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get my hedge trimmer and I'm going to get started with this mess. All right, I just finished the jasmine. Boy, I'm hot. Thankfully, I'm standing under the pergola with my fan going. It's just blasting on me. It feels so good. But I actually do have some time to work on my vertical beds that I have. I got these vertical beds for Mother's Day this year for my husband and my kids, and I love them. I have strawberries in them. I actually have seascape strawberries filled in them. I have two of them. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So these are my vertical beds that I got for Mother's Day this year. I absolutely love them. They're 5 tiers. I think they can actually go up to 7, but the ones I have, I only have them up to 5. And I think this is a perfect scale for my pergola. I love the way that looks. It adds greenery to this area, which is actually what I wanted, and it makes it so I can have more strawberries. I do live in a regular sized backyard, maybe a little large backyard, but it's still limited. And I need more strawberries. My boys and I, we come out here and we just eat strawberries all day long. And these really help. But as you can see, some of these leaves need to be actually trimmed up, make it look nicer. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to trim up some of these dead pieces so it doesn't do anything except for it just makes it look nicer. I mean, that doesn't help it look good or anything. So I'm going to get that done before I do other things. All right, so a big problem that I have in my yard right now are aphids. Aphids are over everything right now. They are over my pumpkins, all over my jasmine, all over my watermelon and my cantaloupe, and just everything. It's just driving me nuts. We are going to combat it today. Make sure if you are spraying any type of chemical, make sure you do it at dusk after the pollinators have all gone to bed, because these things are on contact that will kill. So if you spray it in the afternoon thinking, oh, it's organic, no big deal, well, it will kill on contact. So if it lands on it, on the pollen, any type of pollinator lands on the pollen, it will harm your pollinator. So do it after they've gone to bed. That's always the safest thing to do. The product that I'm going to be using today is actually the neem oil. This is it's a very safe organic. It's for organic gardening, which is what I do. And the container I'm going to be using is this. It's a 1 gallon. I'm going to put 4 teaspoons of neem oil into my gallon, and then I'm going to fill the rest up with water to probably about right here. And that way I can pump this, use pressure, and then as I'm using it in my yard, I can continue to do this as needed. All right, the jasmine is trimmed up. It's looking great. Again, like I said, I will be trimming off the tops of the jasmine this weekend. I just need to have time to actually do that, pulling out the ladder. It's a lot of work for a little girl like me. So, but as you can see, the walkways are cleared off, which is so needed. And same with this side, just all cleared off. Oops, looks like I forgot a couple pieces. We'll get that taken care of. But I absolutely love having the backdrop of the green. It's so beautiful. If you have a fenced-in backyard like I do, you can hide it with the greenery. And I'll tell you that this star jasmine, it blooms twice a year for us. So it blooms in the spring and it blooms in early summer. And you can just trim it up in between. As long as it doesn't have the buds on it, you can trim it up and it'll look beautiful, and you'll be able to smell that amazing scent. If you've never smelled it, then that's something you really have to smell, because it's absolutely beautiful. You can see that I have my strawberry beds that over here, and they're cleaned up. I'm loving it. Everything is coming along. The first time I saw jasmine actually growing on a fence was at my in-laws' house. Back when I was a teenager, I went over to his house for the first time, and their entire backyard, the fence, was covered in jasmine, just like mine is, and it was beautiful. And I thought, one day I want to have that in my own backyard. So, which is exactly what I did. When I bought this house, I decided I was going to plant jasmine all over it, and it turned out beautiful, and I love it. We have had it quite some time, and I do love it, but I am considering changing it to something else, which may or may not happen. The scent, you can't get over the scent. So if you've never smelled jasmine, go to the local garden center, try to find it, even if it's not a perennial in your location like it is for me. Go and smell it. It is just amazing how much it smells. So anyway, that is why I have it, and I absolutely love it. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching this video, and I really hope that it inspired you to get into your yard, to get some work done. My yard's not perfect, as you have seen, but I enjoy it. I absolutely love being out here, and I love being able to work in my yard. And you get a sense of pride, being out here and taking care of things that are hard work, like cleaning up all this jasmine was hard work. But, I feel good about it. So I'm glad that I got it done. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.